All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and start with Hazardous single draw. I've already marked here what supplies I need, and I've also done my math here, which you should already know how to calculate that there. It's just DHQ. I also made a little note for myself to remember that I actually am going to be dealing with an open system, meaning an ampule. So remember, when you break off the neck, it's going to be completely exposed. It's going to be an open system. Therefore, that means that I'm not going to need to use any type of negative pressure with this one. Okay? So, I have my supplies right over here. I have my alcohol pads, my needles, my syringes, and then my ampule. Remember, the ampule, you want to make sure that the neck is clear. This one can be kind of hard and kind of tricky. If you don't clear it and you still have liquid trapped in here, when you go to break it and you withdraw your medication out, you're probably going to be short on medication. And it's going to be why? Well, because it all stayed stuck in the top portion of the ampule there. Okay, so this is very important. So I like to clear the neck of the ampule first. That way, make sure that everything's good to go. Then I'm going to spray my hands, or my gloves, I should say. Allow the gloves to dry. And I'm going to start cleaning my supplies down one at a time. I like to start with my IV bag. Now remember, since we're not allowed to have hazardous products in this hood, that means that I'm going to have to take any type of wrappers from my material as I go along. Remember, when we're dealing with hazardous ampule, the materials that you use, you actually have to use one extra syringe. And if you remember, one syringe we're going to use to withdraw all the medication from the ampule, and the other syringe we're going to use to inject what we actually need for our order. And you'll see exactly what I mean here in a second. Kind of hard to explain, so I'll explain it again once I get to that point. So this next alcohol pad, I'm going to go ahead and set down, and that guy is going to be for my filter needle, because again, we use filter devices to filter out any possible glass particles that may be inside of the ampule when we break it. That third alcohol pad, if you recall, we open it and we wrap it around the neck of our ampule. And we set it down. Now I basically have everything set up there. So I'm going to go ahead and spray my gloves.